someone has been going through a really heavy time, right? But they've been very persistent with whatever it is. It's kind of like a boulder they've been rolling up a hill or something. And I'm hearing it's game over. And I was seeing a dice, so I feel like somebody is really going to, they've either taken a risk recently or they're going to be. And also I heard that your persistence has been worth it. Okay. Let's see. Uphill battle, struggles. It's coming to an end. Well, at least there's something about it that's there's a change that's going to happen. Judgment. And it's because of the awakening that someone here is going through. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I think someone's finally understanding what they truly want, desire. But it's not just like their 3D physical body that wants this, you know, it's like some kind of 3D desires. It's actually a higher level desire, you know. That Judgment card is kind of like they've been connecting to the higher self in certain ways, of kind of been understanding their threads of connection to things, right? They've been I've said this before, it's kind of like, you know, when you zoom back and you see all the threads, dots connecting, they've been understanding that better. Ace of Cups. New beginning in love, or at least following the heart this time. Definitely think of Three of Pentacles there, which means time to work together and not kind of fight with each other, right? No more arguing, more collaboration, right? With that Ace of Cups, Six of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, which gives me this energy has been really reminiscing about matters of the heart. Okay, matters of the heart. Queen of Pentacles here, and then the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So definitely somebody who they're seeing things differently from a much more higher perspective, which means they've been doing a lot of inner healing. They've been releasing what they need to. They've been doing purging. Oh my God, just as I said, that Five of Cups, releasing it, letting it all go. They've been ready. They went through a period of time where they were stuck on what felt like a loss. But slowly but surely, Knight of Pentacles are beginning to understand that all is not lost. I think that the past version of themselves has been released. I think the past versions of whoever here might be involved, two people is what I'm getting, okay? Definitely, wow. I keep hearing I'm doting on you as well. So I feel like maybe somebody really wants to say this to somebody. Seven of Cups. Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, someone's really, someone could be getting headaches as well. I think someone's been working on their higher chakras or heart upwards more than anything. Yeah, okay. So whatever this emotional release has been, too many cards there. It's been taking a while, but it's also kind of, it's like so many different things that were happening in their mind, so many different attachments, emotions, and just things they were going through. So I'm seeing like, you know, I'm hearing temptation, so I don't know. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, someone's been reclaiming their power, and they've been doing this in silence. They've been going through, whatever they've been going through, these awakenings, like true soul level awakenings, have really led them to understanding themselves better. And they're at a position now where I think that they're finding more peace within them than they have before, especially on a mental level. So they could have kind of struggled with their mental health as well. This is somebody. Okay, strength. Yeah. The more they're understanding things better, they're actually gaining the courage to move forwards. You know, it's not, like I say, all is not lost, right? They're understanding that actually whatever's happened have been opportunities for them to really step up, okay? Queen of Wands with that Ace of Cups. Ooh, that's really nice. That feels like really, I don't know, I just feel really happy. Justice. Wow. There's a really like glowing energy here in her power, in her light. She knows her worth, right? Especially with that Queen of Pentacles. But she's also, there's something about her, you know, that heart space has been renewed. And it's for herself more than anything. It's for herself. She's really seeing her own light, right? Page of Wands. Taking action towards being that stable. You know, person she sees herself as. She's taking the actions to be that version of her. No longer being stuck on this kind of loss, what felt like an emotional loss. No longer being drained by that. So there's definitely been some kind of release that somebody's been going through. That persistence really has been worth it. King of Swords, yeah, this is that energy that I was getting that's had a lot on their mind, kind of clearing through a lot. Not speaking on what they've been going through. This is somebody who could really be watching behind the scenes, you know, really concerned about others in the mix or something. You know, maybe they struggle with jealousy, the World card there as well. So it's definitely somebody who has their eye on this feminine energy, but they've not spoken on it at all. Okay, I think they're walking away from these ways where it feels like there's external energies and they're allowing external energies in. They're really learning how to call their power back to them, regain their strength, understand their worth. King of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles, star at the bottom of the deck. There's definitely some kind of, it's kind of like an up level is what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's that battle. The battle scars are real for whoever this is. It's not been easy for them to understand kind of the role they've played. Oh my God. But also kind of the full picture. They're really detaching. They're not so attached, because it's when you're truly like so unhealthily attached is when you can't really step back and see the picture. It's like when you're in an unhealthy connection and you just, this is somebody who acts in ways that they don't want you to act in, or just are very disrespectful to you, but you stay. And, you know, when you finally understand, you heal through whatever it is, the traumas from when you were super young that were keeping you attached to someone so unhealthy. When you finally heal through that and you go through those phases, you get to a point where you really think, my gosh, I would never allow that to happen ever again. You know, you really begin to see your worth, and you recognize, well, as soon as, if that ever happens again, as soon as you see signs and that it's done, like that's just not in alignment, because we're in a healthier space. King of Wands with the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Wow. The fire is real. The attraction is real here. And the Six of Wands. So whatever this feminine energy is moving towards, you know, there's actions she wants to take towards who she's becoming and she wants to be. She sees that. Keep doing it, because this is a very good sign. There's success on that pathway. 10 of Cups. This came out as well as I was looking at the King of Wands. So I feel like King and Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups. Wow, that's like real energy. So, and don't forget, we've got the King and Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles here now. So it's kind of like you're both working on your abundant paths individually, and you're both, you know, the confidence you're gaining within as you do this, it's like really aligning you with each other to come together from a place that it's much more, there's much more strength like in your own inner alignment. So you can really bring that into the strength of your connection, right? And there's something here as well where you really are both, you've really hacked both of you. I don't know if you realize how mirrored you've been in doing this, releasing these emotions that you both really felt for each other. You've both really felt the absence of each other. I think that you both also were left in this energy of whatever this last interaction was, where it's just like, it just felt really empty and dark and just alone. So I'm not sure what happened there, but with this full new beginning, and that's with that King of Swords. So I feel like somebody, the Tower, that's the thing that was coming through. So they're going to take that leap of faith, that, you know, that risk, that's that fall energy. So this is somebody who's, I've heard they're ready to speak, or they're going to get ready to speak their truth or something. Let's find out some more. Yeah, they still struggle with thinking about too many external energies. I think, like I say, they see the value of somebody, but they don't understand. You know, I always say, it doesn't matter how many eyes are on you, it's about where your eyes are. Do you know what I mean? Everyone could be wanting you, all that stuff, but where's your focus? Where's your attention? Where are you zoned in on? That's what matters. 3 of Swords. This is because in the past they have experienced betrayal. They have been made to feel lesser than. They didn't see their worth. So when you see your worth, you can't be made to feel lesser than, because you know that you're not lesser than, you know it's just simply not your alignment. 4 of Wands. But this, whatever this is definitely coming into alignment. So yeah, with this masculine energy, the King of Pentacles, once they work more on their King of Pentacles energy, their abundance is big, stability, something about that is really important for this person. I think they want to be able to come forward with like a solid offer. And this has been taking a while, I will say. I think they've really had a lot to deal with in their mind space, their mental health I mentioned. Really understand, they did not understand their emotion at all, which is why it's so difficult for them to move forward in this direction as well. I think maybe they did move forward with little messages, but they were so hidden that you would not know it. I don't know, that would make sense to whoever it makes sense to. You know, if this message is for you, understand that. Knight of Pentacles, yeah. Emperor. This is not somebody who wants to come forward until they're here. They want to be seen as this energy by you, which means they know that, or by the feminine energy, which means they know that they need to be stepping into this throne, onto this throne. Knight of Pentacles, this is taking a while because they're wanting to do this properly. Wow. Yeah, the indecision that they've struggled with has truly just been lack of clarity within themselves has resulted in lack of communication, truly. With that Emperor, though, I mean, someone sees themselves just as this feminine energy does, this masculine energy does as well. And it's kind of like, I mean, they've really got this kind of vision, this energy of kind of wanting to, you know, have an empire, basically. What they get to rule. Interesting. Whoa. Liberation. There's something about liberation that's came through. I think freedom is important to somebody, but I think that's also for them attached to their financial gain and their independence, how much they can hold it down by themselves, right? So they've already have been working on their mental health for sure. Meanwhile, this feminine energy, there's really something about her needing to take those actions towards her abundance path right now. There's success there. There truly is. But I'm not sure she realises that it's something that is going to take small actions. So it's not something that's like, oh my God, this is amazing, this is huge, let's do this. It's kind of these small actions, they're all adding up. Okay, romantic feelings. Your feelings are worth exploring and they're real very soon. So yeah, I think somebody has been exploring their feelings, understanding them better. I have a feeling this feminine energy has kind of like redirected her focus and her energy, her attention, and she really brought it back to herself, right? Because I think that actually she's been through healing before, so she understands kind of this energy of alchemizing it into her strength now, right? Chemistry, strong magnetic attraction. I mean, King and Queen of Wands and the Ace of Cups. I'm seeing a lot of, say, love making. If that's what you normally say, maybe that is because that's come through for a reason. Express your love. Wow, there's a lot of love here, but you guys have a love that is kind of full of passion as well. A lot of fire and earth energies here coming through as well. Maybe air as well. Retreat, yeah, disconnecting from the world. Disconnect. I think I said that earlier, disconnect. Someone's had an internal disconnect with themselves as well, you know. But I think they were so in that surface level, really looking outside, they weren't exploring within. Because within there was so much pain, I think, you know, they felt it was turmoil. But I think it's simply because their mind was so kind of wired in a way where they were just telling themselves the same story that was just hurting them, and they were just not understanding their worth in that. It's a big one, that is. And how things are changing, they're shifting. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Wow. Yeah, someone really is moving away from silence, and they're doing it very carefully. They don't want to end up with this codependency energy again. I think they're being very mindful. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work here in your love life. So I think kind of this patience needed with somebody as they step into this emperor role, especially in terms of what they see as emperor. I think that's shifting and changing as well. It's not just based off material gain and success. They're understanding that it's an internal job, which is beautiful. Okay. Yes, this is your soul person. So you might both really feel a deep soul connection here. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. That's really beautiful. I think the more you find safety within yourself and within your love, and the way that you do that is really, you learn how to love yourself and keep your promises to yourself. You know, what do you love to do? Do more of it. You know what I mean? Things like that. And making healthier choices for you is how you really love yourself, truly. I think people forget that. It's the healthier choices that you have within your capacity to make for yourself that really show you how much you can trust your own love and yourself, right? Release your ex. Exactly. So as you release these energies didn't feel safe, these past energies, and as those are released, there's a clearing happening there. There might have been some kind of contract or something that kept you bound to this past exes. And I feel like that might be the masculine energy here, because I had so much going on And now they're finally like getting ready to take that leap of faith. Very soon, again, clearly decide what you want so it can come to you now, and you know what it is when it gets here, right? Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. You know what I always say, trust the divine unfold. There's definitely been a lot of that here, okay? Okay, let's see. Confidence is your key to success, Leo season energy. So, you know, very soon, Leo season. Communication is key. Confidence. Yeah, that confidence energy is coming through again. I think both of you might be seen externally in a very different way than what you both feel internally. So you might externally be looked at and maybe you're very, you know, seen as very attractive, magnetic. But internally, I think that there's still a lot of work going on. And I think it has more to do with that feeling safety, and that feeling secure and safe. So again, it could be to do with understanding your worth, your purpose, but also your hard work is paying off. That's just as I've said that about, that's got candle wax all over it. Don't know if you can see. So that might be a sign for somebody. Maybe you spilled a candle recently. Your hard work is paying off, Capricorn energy. So that's just, as I said that as well, you're both really working hard, you're hard workers, but this is also what helps you to feel abundant, feel secure, feel like you have something to offer. You both mirror that. Don't let the past hold you back. And I think that's to do with this loss that you were both stuck in, that you both left in, felt. Yeah, it's time to release that negativity. You've both been carrying it around because you've not had this clearing, this, you know, this clearing energy. I think you both need to release the past versions of each other as well. And that energy that you both held from then. You know, this is like a whole, if you want a whole new cycle, the way that you can clear through that is to really understand who you've become now, to have faith that they've also become who they become now, right? Believe in the impossible. Exactly. Believe in the impossible. It's not impossible. What's that quote? It's Audrey Hepburn. The word itself says, I am possible, right? So, blue moon, once in a blue moon. You might have felt like that when you met each other, that it was just such a rare connection. You know, luck is on your side, and you felt like that. Somebody felt like, I think both of you felt like this is like the luckiest connection that you've ever had. Like, it just felt like luck. How could you have met each other? Maybe you met in a way that was really unexpected for either of you. Maybe this was something that gave you faith in, you know, believing in the impossible, and then suddenly whatever happened by the looks of things. Look at the bigger picture. This is what I was saying at the beginning, you know, stepping back and really beginning to understand what's been happening and how you have changed, because you really, once you do that, you can get so attached to who you were in the past that you start to feel in those ways, think in those ways when you're not even that person anymore. Even you, once you step back, you can literally recognize that and think, hold on, that's not even how I think or feel anymore. You know, but it's so habituated within yourselves. That's when you get to release it. Truly, step back. Look, your dreams need a practical plan. Okay. And I think that's what you're both working on. Your finances, but also just this feeling of stability. And it's different for both of you. At the moment, you know, like I said, you're on your individual journeys. The answers you need are coming. Yeah. A new start is coming as well. So there's a lot coming that you've got to look forward to. But right about now, there's this release of these unhealthy ways. Somebody really here is working on stepping into that divine masculine role. Okay. And patience is required. Even if they do come through. A loving gaze. Yeah, I did think someone might be watching. The number 6 might be important. Number 6 is connected to Venus as well. Venus Day. Loving gaze. Yeah, someone's definitely got thoughts on their mind when they see this energy that they want, which is why they're really, I think that they feel really triggered when they see other people connecting with this energy or something like that. And this is not healthy energy to put onto the person you want. Just saying. Okay. You should be supporting their, you know, whatever it is that they're doing that's really helping them step into their purpose, their power, their light. I think maybe somebody knows that. It's just a healthy thing within they need to heal. Sweet surrender. 28, 10, 1. Sweet surrender. Somebody wants sweet surrender. Ideal romance, number 4. 4s are important. They see this person as their ideal. I think both of you saw each other as your ideal person, you know. And maybe because it was so rare, so it might have been so different to what you're used to. 111. I think that it was easy for you to surrender into each other. And I think it will be again, but it's kind of like being mindful that there's still stuff that needs to be healed and cleared through. Yeah. The game of love, number 5. I think someone's found it very difficult to honor the process of like their heart space, which is why love hasn't been easy for them to really handle. But now the understanding that these feelings are real, they really want to explore these. Again, understanding what it means to be a safe space in love themselves, right? Marble could be important for somebody. Marble, which made me think of Marvel, so maybe Marvel as well. Loving yourself, 8. Yeah, that's that self-worth thing that was coming through. Really learning how to see yourself more clearly through the eyes of divine, not through the eyes of what society tells you who should be, what should look like, all these things, but truly you at your core essence, your absolute sacred soul within, your heart within. Okay, standing alone, 24, number 6. Both of you are single right now, so that's who this message is for. Okay, that just came out. This has kept showing up underneath, jealousy and possessiveness. So really something someone needs to handle. Maybe both of you have this. You're both coming out very mirrored, very kind of aligned. So, you know, it's not easy when you maybe you've been through the betrayal thing before, but also when you're not seeing your worth because you were never taught that from a young age. You were given reason upon reason to believe that you were the problem, you weren't good enough, you were never given validation, you know. Your emotional space to really learn how to flourish and love yourself. You've had to do a lot of that work for yourself as an adult. So when it comes to relationships, it's really difficult to see that, you know. It takes a lot of healing, right? Healing. Self-love. Soft whispers, number 7. I do feel like there's some kind of communication coming. I really do. Even though it's not really come out, but I have this feeling that someone's really preparing for this. Warrior of love. But this is you know what it is? They want to be, again, the emperor. They want to be the warrior of love. They want to come through and really mean it from their heart space and not allow, right about now, love's secret. It's a secret how they feel. You know, little conversations. Maybe you feel like you're having conversations with each other. Maybe you're having dreams of each other or something. Maybe just talk to each other. Like pretend that you're there with each other in the day. I don't know, you know, things like that. This warrior of love card is really beautiful. Number 10, number 7, number 23, 5. Again, that 10 is big. 1. So that could be important. 7 is July as well. So these dates could be important. Yeah. So there's going to be this opportunity to really recognize the safety that you both created within yourselves and honor how you want to bring it to each other as well, by not letting the past hold you back, you know, by being truthful about how you feel, your vulnerabilities. And this is the thing with, you know, real partnership and, you know, working together in divine partnership and connection really means that you have to allow yourselves to see each other. It's not just like some surface level, you know, glamorized, painted in like fake gold or whatever, right? 444. It really is raw and real, you know. You get to see each other's messiness, each other's hearts at that place. And, you know, you have to ask yourself, if someone fears intimacy or vulnerability, it's usually the case that they won't know how to handle another person either. They'll think, oh my God, they're being too much, or why they're telling me all that, whatever, right? It's because they themselves haven't accessed that within. This is the process. You get to that space where actually, as you're releasing all this negativity, you've already been putting in that work. You're beginning to believe in the impossible. You're in a position where you're bringing whatever's happening here into the grounded reality. That's what's happening here. It's coming into the physical, and the answers that you need are coming. And as this confidence is increased by both of you, you'll really be able to face each other for this new start that's coming, okay? And I think that the jealousy thing is going to be something that you both mirror this. You're going to really need to honor what you both need, because this actually feels like a vulnerability within both of you. So it's not just like, you know, unhealthy, like, oh my God, who are you speaking to, what you're doing. It's kind of like, this is what's happened before, and if I don't receive that message from you, to know that, like, you know, if you just leave me hanging, that's how it feels. Whatever it is, it's different for everybody. So, you know, honor that for you. Okay, so let me know if this beautiful message was for you. Okay, sending lots of love.